A nurse?
Yes.
Beta! Ramar, are you the head of your wife?
I like to think that we're equal.
Are you the head? Beta!
I am no. I'm an alpha.
Not if you think you and your wife are equal. Beta!
Oh, because I tell you why.
Beta!
And my stepmom thought I was getting an attitude, and she got really mad that I said that to her. And so not even like 2 minutes later, my dad called me.
Beta!
I told my dad.
Oh, poor daddy feelings hurt. Beta!
Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta?
Manhood hour! What is a man?
What's going on, y'all? Grind Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. And it looks like your boy Jesse Lee Peterson have been brought up on charges, man. He done been brought up on 2 separate charges. LGTV charges, if you wouldn't even call that a charge. That's just like, just living life. And then child sexual predator charge. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so it's like, bro, you might be a beta yourself. After all that time, you talking about beta and what is a man and all this kind of stuff. You can read between the lines on some of the things he said now, and maybe you can be like, oh, I can see that when he was talking about, yeah, the women is not equal and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, because you like men's. But anyway, man, let's go on and see about this, man. This next piece is from old 21 Jumper, so let's see what he's got. I know y'all hear that old school 50 Cent Joe song, I wanna be your lover, in the background, because that's what Jesse Lee Peterson want to be. If he is a young little boy that's hurt from the red pill, or you ain't got no girls, or your parents just done messed with you, he's coming to be your lover. But anyway, man, this is what not Jesse Lee, but 21 Jumper got to say, man. So former 21 convention speaker and self-proclaimed Christian pastor Jesse Lee Peterson has been credibly exposed as a homosexual super predator by a Catholic organization in Michigan. But figures he's part of the Catholic priests, so they be out here getting down and dirty. 21 Studios is officially severing all ties with JLP effective immediately. The predation of hurt, wounded men is something I have absolutely zero tolerance for. This is a level of sick, twisted fraud. Not even hashtag Jack Murphy, the cuck, and Rito, or Rollo Tomasi have risen to. These revelations are deeply shocking, disgusting, and horrifying. As far as I'm concerned, and based on the evidence provided by church militant Reverend Jesse, is a total fraud, genuine cult leader, groomer of men, and sexual predator. JLP has been using the name and religion of Jesus Christ to brainwash men and bust them in the butt. Burn in HE double hockey sticks, Jesse. You deserve that and worse. So yeah, man, it looks like 21 Jumpers is not feeling this guy, and I definitely feel that, man. You're an sexual predator, LGTV sexual predator at that. So that's no good, man. This guy's definitely gonna take the cake as the worst Manisperian at the moment. Well, I guess you got Glenn and Cameron. Myron and them don't even compare. They're just lame. They're just innocent lamos. But this guy is really onto some craziness. Let's see what he's got, man. We got a couple clips from 21 Jumper's video. I will link it down in the description below so you can watch the whole thing. But we're going to go ahead and check it out. And I will say a couple, 2-3 things. And I will like to hear it from you guys as well. Let's get it. So these 4 dudes are his victims gallery right here. And I guess in some way, shape, or form, he's tuned and tightened these guys up, whether it be physical or mental. Let's see what each guy has to say. And I guess we'll talk about it in the comments.
30-year-old Samuel Arambula, a more recent member of Bond and Jesse's latest known purported victim.
I started going to Bond around May 2020.
2020.
This was during the coronavirus lockdowns, everything. As soon as they opened back, they were doing live broadcasted, no in-person church for like 2 months or 2 weeks or something like that. But as soon as it opened up, I went. That was May 2020. Jesse, what he likes to do in the church is he goes around first-timers. He goes around first-timers and says, introduce yourself, what's your name, how'd you find us, where are you here? The first thing I said, my name is Samuel, and I'm here because, you know, you helped me a lot. I went and forgave my mom. I went and forgave my dad. I had a lot of anger and I just dropped that, and I feel way better now. I'm really, you know, growing, and I want to thank you for it.
So it sounded like Jesse took advantage of this guy, man, but at the same time, he's not exactly a young guy. I believe he's the same age. He's like 30 or something like that, 2020. So that was very recent. You're a grown man, unless you have just de-aged or there's some technology, I don't know. But yeah, you were a full-grown man at that time, so I don't know how to feel about that. Let's see what else he has to say.
The Bond house is where Jesse and several of his male staff currently live.
You know for a fact Jesse Lee is in that house with all them males busting, talking about some amazing. Let's go.
And when Samuel began opening up to Jesse about his past, things got personal.
I was molested as a boy, so I was like, Jesse, what do I do? Like, this is weighing heavy on me. What should I do? He said, forgive him, it's in the past. Our relationship progressed slowly closer and closer. I didn't suspect anything weird of it. There were certain times where he began hugging me where I was like, whoa, I've never been hugged by a man. Like, what was this? But I was like, this is, I get, he would just tell me like, you know, I just love you. So I'm like, okay, I get you, you know, I love you too.
But, much like with Patrick Rooney, Samuel states things went from casually close to mortally sinful.
So a Friday afternoon, evening, I go to Jesse's house and I am sitting in his couch, relaxing. You know, I'm kind of avoiding the LA traffic at the peak hour. So it's a good deal, and I get to stay somewhere with someone that I respect, friend. So then by this point, we're already real comfortable with like hugging and all that stuff, you know, just hugging for long periods of time. I thought nothing weird of it. I guess my guard had already been let down completely. So I'm sitting in this couch, he kneels down in front of me, and then he wraps himself around, his arms around my waist. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird, but.
Yeah, that's when I probably would have definitely turned on the red flags right there, and I would have definitely had to pry Jesse Lee off of me at that point. It's like, bro, you're getting way too weird. I don't want you hugging on me long. You would have never hugged on me longer than the regular amount of hug time that dudes give each other. I don't want to smell you. You probably smell like old, nasty black dude cologne. You know, like them old black dudes, they be putting on that cologne that's like way too pungent and it's not really smelling good. It's just like, it's something only old ladies could love. It's like you drive a Cadillac or a Buick LeSabre or some Oldsmobile, some old guy car, and you got on church shoes and stuff. But anyway, man, like nah, bro, you ain't doing all that. That's where the buck would stop right there. Tell me, what would you do? Would you still be in awe? Because the guy did say that he was molested at one point, so I do think that probably played a part in him freezing. But
and I'm like, okay, what is he doing? Like, it's kind of crazy. And then he starts rubbing my genital area, and I'm like, what's happening right now? And then he pulls down my pants, and then I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm not saying anything. I'm like, my face is like, whoa, what the hell is happening right now?
From there, Jesse instructed Samuel to go into his so-called meditation called the silent prayer.
And he's like, doubt all thoughts are lies. Everything Satan is telling you is a lie. And I'm like, okay. But inside it's telling me, hey, this is not good. What are you doing? What are you allowing him to do?
Samuel describes Jesse abusing the supposed meditative state, trying to convince Samuel to ignore the traumatic sexual experience occurring.
It went on for a few minutes. He would get up, walk away. I could hear him, I couldn't see him. He would get up, walk away. I could hear him get up, walk away, touch it, get up, walk away, touch it. And I was like, what the?
No, sir. So first you say he got your pants pulled down. Then you say he was basically playing tag with your prick, bruh. So he was walking back, slap, walking back, slap, walking back. He kept slapping and you just like, like, bro, like, why didn't you open your eyes and do anything? I don't understand. Like, just because he said it's the Lord's prayer, the Lord is good. Like, bro, like, sometimes you just gotta I don't know, man. Like, I ain't trying to knock nobody's religion or nothing like that, but bro, like, you have to sometimes break out of stuff. I don't know what to say on that one. Like, bro, you kind of, I don't know. He was that much of an idol, bro, but let's go to the next guy.
what just happened.
Another alleged victim was Trayvon Chapman, who in 2015 told his friend, now 43-year-old Armand Martikian, that Jesse molested him.
The first thing came out of his mouth, that Jesse's homosexual. And I say, you know, he can't be saying this, you know, like he's all against it. He's a, you know, straight conservative man who, you know, this is like, what you're saying is bizarre, you know, doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it kind of struck me as a truth. What this guy was saying, he was explaining the incidents. Jesse had nicknames for it, you know. Say, instead of telling what the act is, he named it oral massage, according to Trayvon.
Armand tried to tell Jesse what Trayvon said, and he just dismissed it.
I went to Jesse. I said, Jesse, I bumped into Trayvon, and he was talking bad things about you. The moment I said that, his first response was, oh, he's on drugs. When he said he's on drugs, shivers went down my spine, like, uh-oh, aren't you gonna ask what he said about me?
Trayvon has since disappeared. None of the men have any idea of his current whereabouts, though they assume he's still somewhere in LA.
Man, that's a sad story. So basically, man, he pushed Trayvon into oblivion to the point where now he's, you know, he's taking up residence on Skid Row somewhere out there in LA, man. I mean, unless he's, you know, done turned his whole life around and got up out of there and, you know, turned over a new leaf, man. It's just like, bro, like, this man ruined your life, I guess. Like, I think that probably damaged his mind to the point where, man, he just was jacked up and he couldn't go no further. Unless he just was a bum. But I mean, like, that probably would definitely have an effect on you, man. That's definitely sad, man, that, you know, you got these guys out here that are taking advantage of religion and taking advantage of their position, and they're doing these type of things to these folks that are vulnerable. So let's get it.
After this encounter, Armand began questioning his own relationship with Jesse.
And then I had a flashback. Back in the day, it was such an insignificant thing that it never stayed in my memory, but for some reason, the flashback had, when I was in the private counseling, he kind of gestured me, let me see down there, pointing at my, referring to my, you know, down there as in my privates.
Yeah, I almost got you, bro. Lucky you was too sharp to get caught up by old JLP, and you was able to get up out of there, man. But let's go and see what the next guy has to say.
Another witness is Martin Francis, who's largely been leading the charge against Jesse's purported homopredation. He describes himself as one of Jesse's best friends. You may recognize Francis from a video with Jesse arguing with a Univision reporter at a Prop 187 rally in Los Angeles in 1996, a rally opposing the flood of illegal aliens entering the state.
Are you all right?
Are you okay? Oh, I'm feeling better than ever.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Are you racist?
Am I what?
What are you think of these people now? Why? Why you stay here?
Are you racist? Am I racist?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a racist. Why do you ask that?
But since learning of Jesse's dark secret, Francis has led several protests against Peterson's homosexuality outside of the Bond studio. Jesse was confronted by him several times.
Wow, so based off the looks of his friend, he looked like he was a pretty clean-cut dude back in the day, but now it looked like the thoughts of the LGTV it just destroyed his mind, and it turned him to a savage, man. You see him out there looking like a Jay on Skid Row asking questions and still out there trying to prove folks wrong. Folks probably thought he was crazy all this time. They probably like, man, this little homeless Jay, man, he don't know nothing about nothing. He don't know who Jesse Lee Peterson is. I doubt he ever even knew who he was. But turns out he was right, man. Let's see what else he has to say, man. This dude looks very worse for wear, man. This whole thing really has turned all these folks out for the worst, man. Let's go.
He was about putting out feelers there and seeing who he could have sex with. And it didn't work with me because I had not been molested as a boy. And so eventually I told him, look, Jesse, I'm just an angry guy and I don't like these long hugs. And
wow, bro, it don't get no ruder than that, man. You rude and you a J, man. I guess that J lifestyle, man, you gotta get it how you live, man. You just say whatever, man, because this day could be your last, man. So you see how insensitive that was. You said, yeah, you know, well, I've never been molested as a boy, so I just would tell him no. Like, bro, like, why would you even say that, bro? Like, you do not know how to read the room, apparently, man. And it's like, yeah, I'm making a little funny jazz and stuff, but this stuff is not really funny, man. It ain't really funny when folks be trying to take advantage and sexual predate on people. So like I said, I'm gonna link the video, the original video, down in the description below, so you can watch the whole thing if you're interested in seeing the other guy's take on the whole Jesse Lee Peter sexual predator situation. I believe he said that there was like an assistant that still works with Jesse Lee to this day, and he actually saw them like wrapped up in covers together or something like that, and Jesse Lee was bringing them out like he was doing a performance or something. I don't know. You know Jesse Lee be talking with them gums and all that, so he probably be out there in that house putting that amazing on them folks, man, rocking them mics out. But goddamn, man, yeah, man, Jesse Lee Peterson gets the he gets the beta male award now, man. He's a bum. He's a beta male. Nobody's coming to save him from the black community, man, because he's already excommunicadoed himself. Unfortunately, he said what he said. Nobody's gonna come help him, and now he's got to deal with them folks, man. And rightfully so, they are turning on him, man. Like nobody in their right mind likes a sexual predator. I don't care who you are, unless you're a weirdo, or you have had some type of issues growing up, which would make you a weirdo, I guess, that you're not going to like that kind of stuff, man. But anyway, do you guys think that this is true? Or do you guys think these guys just put up like a surviving some such and such kind of documentary? I don't know, insert whoever your favorite person is who you think got lied on and sent to prison. And yeah, say that. But yeah, man, what do you guys think about this whole situation, man? Have you ever had a situation like this where somebody you looked up to did you like that? What did you do? Did you defend yourself? Did you let it happen? Have you heard anything about this from anybody else? I actually remember a dude, he used to coach the girls softball team, and it turns out he was messing with his daughter, incestual type. So that was definitely alarming, because my little sister had actually went over to the house a few times. Luckily, we caught that before she went over there and really got into anything. So man, that was definitely scary right there, man. But I'm glad nothing happened. Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's definitely not nothing anybody just want to talk about anyway, man. But yeah, man. Just say what you would do, man. Would you get into any of these situations? Well, yeah. How would you handle the situation, man? What do you think about Jesse Lee? Do you really rock with him? I don't rock with him. I've always thought that he was saying some crazy stuff. I only found out about him through Abba and Preach talking about the beta, and then I wanted to see what he was talking about. It turns out he was not talking good. He was talking that raccoon talk. But yeah, man. If you watched up to this point, thank you for watching, man. Have a great day. Get some help for real and with some people that you can trust. And I'll see you next time.